welcome to a Desmond's Donders, where I have my say. And this one is really brought on by the high temperature discussions about wastewater. Wastewater in this country is actually quite a simple. Motorhomers, caravanners, we have two types. We have what we call grey water and what we call black water. Grey water waste is what comes out of your sink. Unless you use your sink in your motorhome or caravan very different to what you do at home, it contains virtually the same stuff that you put down your sink at home. In fact, it contains less because it doesn't have the output from your washing machine, dishwasher if you have one, and that kind of thing. Okay? You're with me on that. Black water. Well, the black water, as we call it, is what goes down your toilet at home, you know, what comes out of you. Number ones, number twos. And toilets on motorhomes, caravans and narrow boats and other boats on this seems to be an endless topic. But we're not going to talk about the type of toilet. We're going to talk about what goes in and what comes out. Firstly, I'm going to say the drainage system in the UK is largely the same. There are a few exceptions, but you have storm drains and you have the sewerage drains. Storm drains, suffice it to say even, are not really covered by this because you shouldn't be putting your grey water, and certainly not your black water, down there. The reason for being is it goes directly to rivers and it goes directly to the sea. So please don't use storm drains. But if you're using a sewer drain, 99 times out of 100, just outside your house, the sewer, the toilet, the black water, mixes with all that grey water and disappears off for processing. That brings me to another point. There is no such thing as fresh water. That fresh water has been recycled many times over many years. Even if it's collected straight from the sky in the form of rain, you're still using recycled water. Go and have a look at the water cycle. It's going to be out there. Go and have a look at what happens. Anyway, back to the drainage system. So, go and look this up if you don't believe me. Most of the time, the water coming from your house, be it from the toilet, from the sink, from the drains, is a mixture of grey and black water. Even in the house it can be mixed because there's airlocks all over the place these days, so you don't get any sewer smell coming back. Okay, there is another type, septic tanks, if anybody's still about. And on septic tanks, they're a very different thing. Modern septic tanks are a poor imitation of what they used to be. Again, go and look it up. An old-fashioned tank is a much different beast and a much better beast than the modern tank, more efficient, etc. Anyway, so you're out in your motorhome or caravan and you want to get rid of waste, black or grey. Black water, depending on what you put in your tank, depends what you can do with it. The black water, there are various chemicals to use, blue, green, etc. But if you watch a practical motorhome video by Diamond Dave, I'll put a link below, you'll see that he uses the same as we use, and that is bio washing tablets. Now you can use liquid, you can use the tablets, you can use powder, it doesn't really matter. All you're doing is breaking down the solids that go into the tank and you form a liquid. That is the purpose of the green fluid and the blue fluids that you get. The problem with those is the chemicals in them are not only designed to break things down, but they're designed to preserve. Look up the use of formaldehyde if you don't believe me. So although they may break things down, you end up still with solids, shall we say. The formaldehyde can damage septic tanks if put in too much, and it can damage water treatment plants if undiluted. So there is no problem putting the contents of your tank, your black tank, your cassette or whatever, down a sewer or a toilet. Grey water. Now this is the one which really gets a lot of people going, because most people are sensible with their black water. So there's no reason you cannot tip your grey water in a drain, away from a watercourse on land, etc, etc. It is the same stuff coming out of your grey water that comes out of your sink and comes out of your bucket when you're washing your car. Do you take that away, put it down the drain? No, it ends up coming off the car and onto the ground and soaking in. You ever think it's the same stuff? No, in fact it's probably worse. It's probably higher in phosphate than the stuff you use in your sink. What I don't like about grey water is when you see people doing it in car parts and spreading it across the car park, that kind of thing. Tipping it on verges, tipping it down drains, absolutely no problem. So if any of you are still with me at this point, thank you for watching. I've had my say on drains and wastewater, and that's really all I'm going to say about it. Have a look at the link below, see what Diamond Dave from Practical Caravan says, and hopefully you'll subscribe and come back next week. Goodbye for now. Thank you for watching.